Jenny, are you home yet? Are you back doing the Lord's work? You're going to have to tell me all about it. I'm excited to hear about your trip. I'm just getting on for a little bit to talk about the Lindsay Clancy case because I'm fired up today. I'm just so upset. I want one person to get up here and tell me that she murdered her children and not that piece of shit, wormy ass husband of hers. Bear with me, y'all. I'm frying chicken too before I go to work, so we're gonna do it together while we talk about that miserable, slimy piece of shit, Patrick Clancy. If anybody thinks for 1 second that that man didn't murder his children at this point, I have no words. I'm curious to hear anybody else's opinion on it. Why do I think that? Because I've been watching the trial and everything that they put out points to him. Everything. There's no way that she could have done what they're accusing her of doing in the time that they said. Her body temperature was 82 degrees when they found her, which meant that she was laying outside that window on the ground for way longer than 30 minutes, or the time that he had to go to CVS and to pick up the food. Her fingerprints weren't found on the bands. Her DNA weren't found on the bands, but his were. There's so much crushed up medicines in her lemonade. He was hoarding medication in his car that they found in her system that they shouldn't have found in her system. So much evidence pointing to him. I got a feeling that this attorney is about to flip this whole case upside down. Serious, his DNA was that said at court. Yeah, I'm dead serious. It was said in court, yes. Her body temperature alone proves that she was laying outside suffering from hypothermia way longer than that he stated and shown that he was gone. They found medications in her system that were, I think she's letting her attorney do the talking. I think he's proving his case. The medications that were in her system were supposed to have been DC'd long before. And they found them in his car. He was like, oh, I was going to take them to the fire department. Well, then why did we find them in Lindsay's system? Why? And why is he saying, oh, she told me she murdered the kids and they were in the basement, even though her throat was crushed and she couldn't speak for almost 6 weeks after all of this. And all of the medical professionals testified to that she was not able to speak at all. But I guess, miraculously, she was able to speak to him. You guys got to watch this case. It's crazy. This Reddington guy is he's amazing. Amazing. I think we've got another Chris Watts on our hands. Just like he was going to blame Shanann, I think that's exactly what he did. He set her up with her mental health. He assaulted her, threw her out the window. It shows that she was pulling on the railing. Then, after he thought she was laying there murdered, went down and murdered his children. I think he wanted to start a new life with his new girlfriend. It's the oldest thing in the book, gals. I mean, this is what men do. When they want to start a new life, they get rid of the old one, just like Chris Watts. I think he tried to annihilate his whole family, and he used her mental health against her. 100%. You can't. I don't care what anybody says. You can't tell me any different. I think it's all going to come out in the wash. Well, it already is. It already is. Do you think he did all that and then left to go to CVS and restaurant? Yes, I do. I I do. Just her body temperature, for one, was at 82 degrees. That the 37 minutes, her body temperature wouldn't have dropped that low. She was out there for a lot longer than he's saying that she was. I think he thought she was, and then he murdered his children, and he went to the store as an alibi. Yeah, 100%. I think the voices she was hearing was probably his while he had her all doped up on all these medications. Yeah, I think he set her up. 100% I do. Everybody's on here talking about it. Everybody. That's all anybody's talking about on the internet today. I think she's figured out herself that her husband tried to annihilate her and all of her children to start a new life with this new woman. I think it's just another Chris Watts. 100%. Is anybody else watching this, or am I the only one? Bear with me, I'm frying chicken and talking to y'all. Yeah, 100% case. It is heartbreaking. This is what men do who want to start a new life. Yeah, they just annihilate their families nowadays. It's so sad. I'm invested in it, isn't it, Rosie? And she has no memory of any of it. But the splatter all over the bedroom walls, her handprints on the railings, like she tried to grab as he was throwing her out the window. The furniture moved. I mean, if the math doesn't math, y'all, it ain't mathin', And this attorney, God, he is so good. So, so good. What do y'all think? Who's watching it? Sorry, I keep getting weather alerts. Are any of you guys watching it? What are y'all's thoughts? You got $1.7 million. Was there court today? Yes. It was good too. It was really good. $1.7 million. 4 months after all this happened, he was cohabitating with the new girlfriend. 4 months. And someone said, shut her up. Yes, I did see that. 1.7 million and GoFundMe and the sale of the house. Yeah. I mean, just watch his testimony. If you watched him on the stand, it's funny, somebody did a side-by-side of him and Chris Watts. Remember when Chris Watts was in the neighbor's house and they were showing the TV and Chris got all fidgety and stuff? He was almost identical to that on the stand when they were asking him the questions. And what did she say to you when she said what she did to the kids? There's no way she said anything. Her throat was crushed. She couldn't speak for weeks afterwards. She couldn't get anything out. Remember that? How he got all nervous and started doing this? Well, this husband did the same thing. The minute he started talking to him, he started fidgeting with his ears. I'm telling you, this guy tried to annihilate his whole family. And can you imagine she's thought all this time that it was her, and she's having to figure this out with her attorney, that her husband used her mental health against her and set her up and tried to annihilate his whole family. And he didn't expect her to survive because her throat, crushed part of her throat. I mean, he didn't think she was going to make it. He didn't expect her to be alive when he got back from CVS. That's the problem here. He did not expect her to be alive to speak with Patrick. Exactly. She couldn't speak at all for weeks. Even they had, I think all of them testified that she was not able to verbalize anything. All the first responders, the doctors, the nurses, not at all. So how the hell did she tell him that the kids were in the basement? I know, he didn't. Just like Chris Watts didn't show any emotion either until his dad came in the room, remember? And then he got all emotional and he tried to blame Shanann. Same thing. Same damn thing. He just tried to make it look like, she did this. It's a great case. I mean, I think it's going to be I can't wait to see what the end of it is. And this Reddington guy, God, he's good. Chris's girlfriend was sus, yeah. No, this is what men do when they want to start new lives. You know, they can't just file for divorce like regular people. They have to annihilate their whole families, you know? But there's just no way. Her body temperature alone being at 82 degrees, there's no way that she was only out there for 37 minutes. And that's if she did it the minute he walked out the door. 37 minutes. It's just not possible. It's just not possible. You know, I'm ecstatic. I can't wait to watch it tomorrow. What are y'all's thoughts? Who's been watching it? I want to hear what y'all's thoughts are on it. My son wants me to make him homemade ranch dressing, and I hate making that shit. It's not on tomorrow? Oh, damn. Oh, it's Saturday. That's right. Y'all, my nights and days get so mixed up. When I'm on overnights, I don't even know what day it is half the time. But yeah, there's just no way. There's no way that her body temperature alone, it gives away. Why isn't her fingerprints on any of the bands? Why isn't her DNA on the bands? Why is all of her medications in the back of his car and in her system that were DC'd weeks prior? And why did they find them crushed up in lemonade that he was giving her to drink? Why were those medications in her system and in that cup of lemonade? Because he was drugging her. He obviously drugged her enough to do what he did to her and throw her out the damn window while he annihilated his own children. This case is just crazy. Did anybody watch today? I got 0 done today because I've been watching this most of the day. I'm curious to hear. Hi, Grandma's babies. How are you? I don't even know why I'm cooking. Nobody's even here. Is it still going to be about her either going to prison? I don't know. I think he's going to get her completely acquitted. If I was on the jury, there's no way I would prosecute her. There's no way. I think he's trying to get this case flipped onto him, which is what he should do. Stan today can't understand the amount of pills thrown at her. I mean, and the nurse that went up there and testified, God bless her. The doctors that were up there were completely useless. I was so embarrassed for them because they came completely unprepared and he annihilated them. This attorney is really good. I like him a lot. Hey, Petty Betty. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of hear y'all's thoughts on it. I think he did it. I think he did all of it. There's hearing the evidence now and hearing that those medications were in her system that were in the back of the car, that her body temperature was at 82. There's no way her body temperature dropped that low in 37 minutes. It's impossible. It didn't happen. That math alone should get her off. It's not possible. It's just not. Trying to see if my little turtle's going to come out. We should go see if he'll peek his head out for us. We'll do it when I throw the next back of chicken in. I have a gopher turtle that lives in my backyard, and he'll peek his little head out. He has a big burrow. So cute. So y'all tell me, what did y'all think? Did anybody watch? Oh, sorry, that's steam. And the medications in the car. Why was he crushing up her medications and putting them in her lemonade? She's a nurse. She knows that a lot of those medications, you can't crush up and take them. And she wouldn't. She knows that you can't. A lot of them are time released. You're not supposed to have most of those crushed up. Some of them you can, but. And she had such high amounts in her system. I really do believe that he was drugging her and he was making her feel crazy. What are y'all's thoughts? Y'all tell me, am I crazy or do you think he did it? I think we have another Chris Watts on our hands, to be honest with you. That's just my opinion. And And he can't get his story straight. One minute he's like, oh, she says she's going to hurt the kids. And the next minute he's like, no, she never said that she was going to hurt the kids. Like, he can't even get his story straight. And he just looks like a dick too, doesn't he? Doesn't he just look like a total asshole? There's something about him that just makes me want to punch him in the face. Like, he's got a very punchable face. Not that I've ever punched anybody in the face before, but if I were, he'd probably be one of them. Kind of like Chris Watts. He has a punchable face too. He just looks like the kind of guy that sat around and plotted this kind of evilness so that he could go off with his new girlfriend and marry her. 4 months he was cohabitating with the new girlfriend. 4 months after his whole family's annihilated. Insane. Y'all, I make some really good fried chicken. Y'all should see this golden fried chicken that I just made. There's a reason why my husband puts up with my shit, and that my cooking is one of them. Kidding. Not really, but yeah. Well, it looks like they were dating even before that he was seeing her, before the children were murdered. So, yeah, beautiful fried chicken. Damn, I make good chicken. Yeah, they were cohabitating within 4 months. Hey, Sparkle. I'm gonna set the phone down for a second real quick while I put this chicken in. Yeah, I think it's just the oldest tale in the book. Guy finds, new girlfriend, doesn't want to file for divorce, annihilates his whole family so he can go be with the new woman and not have to worry about his old life. I think he was drugging her, and this is all a setup. There's no way. There's just with her body temperature. I'm telling y'all, look it up yourself. There's no way that she was only out there for 37 minutes. It's impossible for her body temperature to drop that low in 37 minutes. Didn't happen. All right, now we have to taste it. Just to make sure I don't, well, no, it's too hot. We'll go check on my turtle first. What are y'all's thoughts? Y'all have been watching it. Anybody have any thoughts on it, or is it just me over here being crazy? I've already got this guy, I think he should be on trial. I hope to God they do prosecute him. I really do. Hey, Allie. We're putting my shoes on. I'm going to try to show you all my turtle. Well, it's not my turtle. It's a gopher turtle. But they burrowed in my backyard, and they're protected by the state. And once they burrow, they live in the same burrow their whole life, and they can live up to 100 years. And so far, they think the burrow under my backyard is about 60 feet back underneath the yard. So I'm going to show you guys if I can get him to peek out. That's where he lives. But he's way, way in the back. So I guess he's not going to come out and see us. Unless he's out eating. He's not. I feed him watermelon and stuff. I don't think I'm supposed to, but I do. I think it's against the law. So go ahead and call wildlife on me. I don't care. I'll take the charge. But he's getting fucking watermelon every day. How you doing, Allie? So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Did you guys see anything today that I didn't go over, that I missed, that y'all want to add to the conversation? Because again, I didn't get to watch all of it. I was kind of flipping back and forth between that and I'm watching Nurse Jackie. You missed today? I've had a really lazy day. Should we make the boy homemade ranch dressing? I'm not sure I like him that much today. I know. What are your thoughts? Do you think she's innocent? Or do you think she did it? What do you think? I think she's innocent so far. I think he set her up. What do you think? Harley Quinn. Do you have any thoughts on it? Ouch. I'm such a pig. Like, I will literally scold my whole mouth just to take a bite of this hot chicken while it's hot. Because I'm a pig like that. You're not sure yet? Something was off. I don't know if y'all were on here the first day I was talking about it. Something was off about the whole thing from the beginning with me. Something just didn't add up, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But now it's starting to make sense. Just the timeline, the amount of stuff that she was supposed to have done. It just didn't add up to me for some reason. And I'm shocked that he's almost gotten away with it. But her attorney has figured it out. There's so much stuff on TikTok today that'll catch you up. Oh, and I heard an update on Perez Hilton. From what I understand, he's in ICU, and that he does have a very, very, very bad infection, which might explain what he did on live. I don't know, but to me that would make sense why he did what he did, and he was so out of character on that live the other night. If he was septic. I don't know. But y'all tell me, what do you think about this this Clancy case? Is there anything that's got you like, that's making you like double think, like question, that you still feel like you need the answer to? Or that you wished you had more information so that you could make a better decision? Like, I feel like I'm still missing stuff. You know what I mean? But I really do think he did it. Does anybody still need to go school clothes shopping for their kids? Is there anybody on here who still has kids in school? Definitely think it's the husband. I do too, Sparkle. 100%. 100% I think it's him. If there's anybody, well, they talk about their relationship. They don't talk about it much. I wish they would talk a little bit more about it, but it does sound like he had a very full life outside of the home, that he was always with his friends, doing brunch and golf and this and that, and just kind of left her, to raise the kids, and didn't seem to have too many concerns with anything, If you guys, why did I put this in my mouth? I don't know. I'm sorry. Because I'm a pig. Hold on. If you guys haven't went school clothes shopping yet, or you still have to for your kids, Academy, I went and bought like tons of pairs of new shoes yesterday. I took that kid school clothes or football shopping yesterday I told y'all about, who didn't have his cleats and stuff. But if you need school shoes for your kids, they have Nikes for $49 a pair that are normally $139 at Okay Butterfly at Academy. So if you need, shoes for your kids, they have tons and tons of their Nikes on sale. No, it's not bad, because I love those, and I'm on my feet a lot, as y'all know. Those are really comfortable, and they're just Nikes. So, I mean, my kids have the same ones, so they're not like old lady Nikes just for me. But, yeah, if you need school shoes for your kids, they have all the colors. These are just the ones I got because to match my scrubs, but they have them in pink. Hold on a sec. guys. That they have them in pink and purple and yellow and all different colors, and I couldn't justify buying all the colors, which I normally do when I buy tennis shoes, because I just do. But I just got the black and the white ones. And so if you need school shoes for your kids, go to Academy. And there's a $20 off coupon that they have right now. You can download it on their website. So if you buy, you know, a couple of pairs, you save $20. So just for you guys who still need to buy school shoes or whatever, Academy. I always like to share the good sales with everybody, because y'all know I'm cheap. But anyways, back to the Clancy case. What do y'all think about it? You guys think he did it? I think he did it. Welcome, Sparkle. I love a sale too. Sales are my big problem. I see something on sale and buy everything. One in every color. Which I did really well. I just bought a black pair and a white pair. And that was it. Friday. Will court be on Monday? Yes, court's on Monday again. Yes, ma'am. It is. So, I'm curious. Look on TikTok. There's a lot of information on here. A lot of creators are sharing a lot of detail. The prison phone calls with Gypsy? Oh, is that what we're talking about? The level of disgust that I feel when I hear her voice, and secondhand embarrassment and nausea that comes over my whole body, is unmatched. I'm talking about anything you want to. I mean, I'm just saying, if that's what we're talking about, the Gypsy prison calls, yeah, nothing surprises me anymore. Nothing at all when it comes to her. She's diabolical. I think she is a sociopath. What else can you say? You can hear it. I mean, it's all there. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just right there for everybody. She's a sociopath. There's something not right with that girl. She's so strange. And you can't, no remorse. Zero. None. And she's so dirty. Y'all, I'm sorry I keep eating while I'm on here. That's so rude. It was summer camp. She's, I have to say who I'm very, disappointed in, and that is to hear that Christy's part of the calls. I was disappointed to hear her part of the calls. Now Ken and what's that guy she was married to? You know who I'm talking about. I always forget his name because he's so irrelevant. Why are we surprised? These are men who went. Now you got to remember, they didn't know anything about Gypsy Rose Blanchard other than what they saw on the TV. And on the TV, she looked like a 12-year-old little boy that just broke out of Auschwitz. Ryan, that's it. And they were like, I think I'm gonna write her. I'm gonna land that one, because they're fucking gross too. And so they did. So they're not right. They're not right in the head either. You can't tell me that they are. I think they've got some mental health issues going on too. So none of their conversations surprise me at all. Not even a little bit. You know, I think they're all a little slow. I mean, what are y'all's thoughts? I mean, think about it. That's what they saw on TV, was like short-haired, glasses wearing, weird-looking little weird gypsy. And they were like, I'm gonna write her. I wanna hook up with her. You know? And yeah, hold on a minute. Hold on. You know what I mean? So even listening to their part of the phone calls, it's so gross to me. You know, Harley Quinn, am I wrong? Like, what did they see when they saw Gypsy on TV that was like, I'm gonna write her. You know, I'm gonna write her because she looks interesting. Yeah, because they like little boys. I agree. 100%. So we already know they're weird. So to hear their end, Vanilla Ken, if I was his mother, if one of my kids got up on the internet, and don't even come at me because my son's got to know off because he makes a lot of money and that's fine, I don't care. But if he got up there and was talking to some girl in prison, if Liam ever did this, I would kick his ass and put my family through what they have put their families through because of this weird girl. I swear to God, I swear on everything holy. Right, Sparkle? If I would. First of all, they wouldn't dare one of my kids because they know I'd rip the life right out their chest first. It's just, I mean, it's so embarrassing. Plenty of fish in the freezer. Why, exactly. Like, what did they see in Gypsy Rose Blanchard on the internet that made them want to, shit, I dropped a chicken leg. Hold on. 3-second roll. Ow, fuck, that's hot. Ouch. Well, if there was a germ on it, it's singed off there. Hold on a minute, you guys. I'm taking the last of my chicken out. I mean, what the hell? And then to hear their weird-ass conversations. But yeah, so my point to that is I expect that. Look at my chicken, y'all. Doesn't it look good? I expect that from them because they're fucking weird. They have to be weird to reach out to Gypsy Rose Blanchard. But the other adults, the other adults. And I was so upset to hear them talk about Dee Dee and if she was in heaven or not. Like who, like that was just horrible. And I wonder if they're having any regrets. Sorry, I can see y'all now. If they're having any regrets saying all that vile shit now. Wasn't it sick, Harley? It was sick. Y'all look like a hot mess. I mean, brushed my hair today, but because I got to work in a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. I can't even listen to all of the tapes or all of the calls because she's so gross. And there's no shame. The shit that comes out of her mouth is so embarrassing and so disgusting that, I mean, what can you say? Yeah, I don't know how she can. I don't know how she has any audacity at this point. Like, girl, your pockets are empty. All the audacity is gone. Like, it's all out there. Like, you need to just go away. I would never get on this internet again if I were her. And Ken needs to just shut the fuck up too. And Ryan, Jesus, just stop. Ryan's never going to work with special needs kids again after he's ruined his life with all this and the things that he said, calling people the R word and making fun of their special kids. And, I mean, it's pretty vile. It's pretty vile. But her friends are all up here just, like it's no big deal. You heard what? Come again, Sparkle? Who you heard who? What did I miss? Oh God, you're gonna make me vomit. No, he didn't. Not on the phone call, did he? Did he do that on a phone? He did? Oh no. Who, Ryan? Dexter! For God's sake. Oh no. They were having phone sex and he did that on the phone? Oh no. No, I don't want to hear that. I can't hear it. There's no way. I don't want to ever hear that ever. Just, oh God. I don't even want to hear what she was saying to make that happen. And then comes up. Oh, he came up, he had some audacities left in his pocket and he came up here and shared them. He reached way down in his back pocket and he was like, hold on a minute. I think I have a little bit of audacity left right back there. Stop. No. Yeah, he blocked me last night for talking shit. He's so gross. His poor mama. And his mama seems like a nice Southern woman, which makes me very embarrassed for her and his family, you know, because they seem like nice people. And then there's Ryan that's up here again, like Gypsy, like, I'm just going to get up here and talk about it. And I'm going to, oh my God. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that. I really don't. I just, like I said, I'm all out. I would be all out of audacities. He just needs to go away. Yeah. Right. But what else does he have? Right. Like, what else does he have besides getting up here and talking about Gypsy Rose Blanchard? He's ruined his career. Is this about Lindsay Clancy? Yes, we were talking about Lindsay. We just kind of switched the subject. Why, do you have anything to add, Blue Lights? I'm definitely interested in what anybody else's thoughts are on the case. I think she's innocent. I think she's 100% innocent. I think he's another Chris Watts and he set her up. And that he annihilated his family and didn't expect her to survive. Hey, Skip. But that's just my opinion. Yeah, it's a Chris Watts 2.0, 100%. She's okay, yeah. She's good. She's going to be living here like in a month. They're moving here, so I'm super excited. Why? Do you know something I don't know? Yeah. I think he's 100% another Chris Watts. I think he set her up, and he didn't expect her to survive and be alive when he got back from CBS, and here we are. There's no way in 37 minutes that her, yes, I've been watching and doing my research on all of it, yes. Have you? And again, I'm here. You're more than welcome to give me your opinion. I know I can give you mine, as long as you can be kind. No, I sent her a giant human-sized baby. 3. Oh, wait, you sent her a giant human-sized baby. Really? To her house or on the internet? I'll text her. Oh, picture. Oh, really? I'll text her. She might be at work. She might not have seen it. I'll tell her. Oh my God. You mailed her a picture? I'm confused. I'm going to text her and tell her to open to reach out to you. Oh, okay. I'll tell her to text you. Yes, I do research outside of TikTok. All credible sources I've read so far confirmed one thing. What is it confirmed? I'm here. I'm listening. That Lindsay was the murderer of her children. No, I think you're wrong. I think you're 100% wrong. First of all, her body temperature was at 82 degrees, and there's absolutely no way in the time that he was gone that her body temperature would drop that low. Now, it would have had he tried to murder her first and threw her out the window while he went and annihilated his children, and then went to CVS and to the food to get the food, 100%. But there's no way that her body temperature dropped to 82 degrees in 37 minutes. And why are we finding the medications in her system that were supposed to be DC'd weeks before, but they found them in his car? Her fingerprints aren't on anything. Her DNA is not on anything. There's absolutely no way that she did that in the time that she did. And that's my opinion. So I'm going to stick with it until I'm proven wrong. But yeah, I think he found another woman and he wanted to annihilate his family, just like Chris Watts did, to go be with this other woman that he shacked up with 4 months later. No, it didn't happen in 30 minutes. Her body temperature, there's no way it dropped to 82 degrees. That alone right there shows me that she did not do this, because there's no way that her body temperature dropped that low in 37 minutes. Didn't happen. So I'll take that to the bank all day long. You show me how it's possible, I'll take the Pepsi challenge. Show me. I'm open for make the math. Tell me how the medication got in her system that was DC'd 3 weeks before, but they found in the back of his car. Why was it crushed up in her lemonade? Keep in mind that body temperature doesn't only drop out of weather. Well, I know that. I'm in the medical field. January in the snow, below zero temperature. That's why you're saying it dropped to 82 degrees, because it was January in the snow. Even the medical professionals got up there and said that it wouldn't. There's no way it would have been in the time that he said. He was giving it to kids. I agree. I think he drugged her, and she was his first victim. He came back and he did not expect her to be alive. And she was still alive. And then he says that she says, I did it, when she couldn't speak. And she said, the kids are in the basement, when she couldn't speak. So she just was able to speak for him 2 full sentences, but not for anybody else. Not one other first responder or medical professional could get 1 full sentence or 1 word out of her, but he was able to right when he got there. Or let's replay this. Or he wanted to go be with his new girlfriend, so he drugged her up and he did all the things, threw her out the window. She was laying there, went downstairs, methodically killed one of his children, one after another, hence why we have his DNA and fingerprints all over the vans, left them down there, got in the car, went and did his little errands that took 37 minutes, came back and found her still alive. And what else was he going to do? Because she was coherent. So tell me, what was he going to do? He didn't expect her to survive. He tried to annihilate his family because he had a side chick that he wanted to be with. And instead of just being a man like Chris Watts could have, or anybody else, and just walk away, he wanted a fresh start. And he used her mental health against her. And he had been drugging her and manipulating her meds for months and months and months. She admitted it. Well, so he's the only person, Skip, that says she admitted it. She's never admitted it to anybody else, it comes out, except for when he found her outside in the backyard. She admitted it then and said, I killed the kids, but she couldn't speak. So other than that one admission that he says he heard that nobody else has heard, read the rest. I said, okay, sorry. Oh, and I wasn't like yelling at you. I'm just going over it for the rest of people in the chat. She's never admitted it to anybody because she has no memory of any of it. That's what he told her, right? Fully expect her. Exactly, Caroline. Exactly. He tried to annihilate his family for a woman, just like Chris Watts did. Chris Watts to this day. At the very end, he tried to blame it on Shanann. How is he the villain if he's the one who actively tried to help her? Did he try to help her, or was he over medicating her? Was he manipulating her meds because he was in control of her medication? She was trying to get help, not him. She put herself in the hospital and kept getting sent home to him. He was over medicating her, which put her in the psychosis over and over and over again with the medications. Tell me why. Just tell me why the medications are in her system that were in the back seat of his car that were DC'd weeks before. Give me that one explanation and I'll throw my hands up. Why were those medications found in her system when they were DC'd weeks before? And they were supposed to have been taken to the fire department. Why were they in her system in high amounts? Unless he was crushing them and putting them in her lemonade. You answer that question and I'll throw up my hands and I'll walk away now. Tell me why they're why they were in there. Patrick didn't admit that got foreigners. Didn't Patrick admit that she got, I don't know what that means. Tell me why the medications were in her system that were DC'd weeks before and found in the back seat of his car. Hey, all is good. Oh, wait. I didn't think so. Why is it so impossible for you to believe that this man tried to annihilate his family when he moved in with a woman 4 months after his whole family was annihilated? Tell me why this is so hard for you to wrap your mind around. Chris Watts just did it a few years ago. Because men don't have the backbone to just walk away and say, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. So he had been over medicating her for months and months and months. Months he's been over medicating her. But I'm waiting for you to tell me why those medications were in her system at such high amounts that were DC'd weeks before and found in the back seat of his car. And you have to bear with me because I'm frying chicken and stuff too. So if I don't, shit, that's hot. Your whole family taking it. He's off. Yeah. And he walks away with $1.7 million. $1.7 million. I'm still waiting for you to tell me why all those medications were found in her system. Now, don't go Googling and stuff. Just tell me, because you're the pro. Remember, you've done all the investigating. I'm just some dummy on here on TikTok who doesn't know my facts. So I'll wait. Tell me why those medications that were DC'd weeks before were found in her system in high amounts, and they were supposed to have been dropped at the fire station 2 weeks before, and they were found in the back seat of his car. Tell me who wasn't over medicating her purposely. Maybe because her doctors prescribed it. I never called myself a pro, but I'm glad you admitted that. No, you did. You said that you have all the sources and that you know all the stuff. And I need to, do my research. But I'm asking you, they were prescribed, but they were also DC'd. Do you know what DC'd means? That means that they were supposed to be stopped weeks before. They were in a bag in the back seat of his car. They were in her system. She shouldn't have been taking them for weeks. He was in control of her medication. Tell me why those medications were found in her bloodstream in high amounts when she shouldn't have been taking them for weeks because of the med changes, if he wasn't over medicating her. She was. She was very meticulous about everything. And she's a nurse. She knows not to crush a lot of those medications. Most of the medications that she was on, you cannot crush, but they found them in high amounts, very thick residue in the bottom of her lemonade. But let's just go back to the one point, and then I will digress. He was the one. Who else was doing it? Blue Lights. He had control of her medications. They were supposed to be dropped at the fire department 2 weeks before. I'm telling you. Those medications were cut off weeks before. He said he was taking them to the fire department to have them disposed of. Why were they still in the back seat of his car? And why did they find them in high amounts inside of her bloodstream when she went to the hospital? Tell me. He was controlling her meds. That's a fact. He's already said that. So I'm not just making that up. So why were those medications in her bloodstream? Why were they crushed in lemonade? Is it really that hard for you to believe that he could have been over-medicating her to get rid of his family, to go be with another addiction? These are not medications that you take if you're an addict. These are antipsychotics, most of them are. So these aren't drugs that she was getting high off of. I mean, no, I'm here to listen to him. I mean, I'll listen, but I mean, if you're going to have a conversation, then let's have a conversation. But it's not, why is it so hard for people to believe that this is a possibility? I mean, we just had a father cram his 4-year-old daughter in an 8-inch hole in an oil drum. Is it that hard to believe that men will do something like this? No, I'm not saying, I never said she overdosed. I'm saying that he was over-medicating her, and that he over-medicated her and did what he did. And that's why she was exposed to the elements for so long. That's why her body temperature was so low, because she was outside in the elements for a lot longer than 37 minutes while he went downstairs and annihilated all of his children and then ran to CVS and to get food. A lot of nurses are addicts and crush meds and aren't supposed to be. Heather, you're right. That happens, but not these kind of meds. There wasn't no evidence showing that medicated her. But he was in control of her meds, and he already admitted to that. He said it on the stand, that he controlled her medication. and that the medication that was found in his car was supposed to have been dropped off at the fire department 2 weeks before, that she had stopped taking those almost 3 weeks before, but they were found in high amounts in her blood system. Why? Who gave them to her? He's the only one who had them. He didn't prescribe her medications though. Oh my God. Move along. You're just talking silly now. Okay. Meds aren't used to get high. Typically. No, they're not. No, that's why I'm saying she wasn't trying to get high. Caroline, Jesus. I gotta get my coat now. Hold on. Hold on a second, I gotta get my Coke. I do agree, it's suspicious. I just want him to have the meds still, yeah. And you know what I mean? Not even that he still had the meds, but that those meds were found in her system. And they were DC'd 3 weeks before. I do this. You generally believe that Lindsay is innocent? Yes, I do. 100%. I do believe she's innocent. I think that he tried to murder her. And then he murdered his children. And then he ran his errands. And he came back and she was still alive. And here we are. Yeah. He's already lied. He said that she spoke to him when he got there. What was your second question? Or is that a hate towards men? I fucking love men. What are you talking about? Why would I hate men? Do I look like a man hater? Why would I hate men? Actually, just defending a murderer. I guess so. No, I'm defending somebody that I think is innocent. I do look like somebody who hated men, who hates men. That's strange. I've never been told that before. I love men. Men love me. Thank you, Stella. You're so sweet. Thank you. So I've never been called a man-hater before. That's so strange just to come in somebody's live and say, you look like somebody who hates men. Innocent until proven guilty, and she's not been convicted. Exactly, Heather. No, it really doesn't, Flower Power. It doesn't all point to that. There's a lot of things that point that he could have done this. There's a lot of things that point to he could have been responsible for this. Lucky I'm not a mod. Hello. You are, I think. She was proven to murder her children. She wasn't proven to murder her children. He's the only one who said she ever admitted to it. He is the only person who said that she admitted to it. They say man-hater like it's an insult, right? Jesus. I think you just hate women. You just hate women? Do you hate pretty successful women? Because that's what Lindsay was. She was a nurse. She was educated. She was beautiful. Maybe you're just a woman hater. Maybe you just surf around the internet and pick on women. Maybe that's what you do. But this is what the way I feel about it. And I'm allowed to feel that way. That's the way it looks to me. I don't think she did this to her children. I don't think she did it to herself. The injuries that she sustained, I don't think she could have given to herself. And her body temperature. If I was a woman hater, I would have despised my mother. Well, I hope that you don't despise your mother. I hope she's a lovely person. It's getting weird. I don't think your mom, if she's a lovely person, would like you going on the internet and just calling women that you don't know women haters for no reason. I've been nothing but kind to you and respectful. So that's awful rude. You're not making your mom look real good by coming on the internet and acting ugly. You know, body temp goes low due to spinal injury. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But you're not going to tell me that that in 37 minutes. And that's from the time you walked out the door that her body temperature dropped that low. Never really called you a woman hater. I only said you look like one. Well, a man hater, you mean? Well, I'm not. Only person is Patrick multiple person, because she could not talk. She could not speak at all. So why would he lie? Why would he lie and say that she spoke when we know that she couldn't speak? Why did he lie about her saying that to him? Somebody explain to me, what reason did he have to lie? Because we know that she did not say that. She did not say they were in the basement. She did not say, I did it. She didn't say any of those things because she wasn't physically able to. About that. You can hear him, but you cannot hear her speaking. She wasn't physically able to speak. Even the first responders have already testified that she was not able to speak at all. So, I mean, are they lying too? He says she's going in and out. No, I listened to the first responders who said that she wasn't able to speak. And the medical staff who testified to that. Right. She had a crushed thyroid on that. How would she crush her own thyroid? Do you know the force that it would take to do that? I mean, do you know how much force it would take to crush your thyroid? She didn't do that to herself. I can assure you of that. She just didn't. She fell from a second story. She just fell from a second story. You can jump out your second story window. I could jump out mine and be fine. Yeah, I agree, Heather. I think he set her up for sure. I mean, it's just your second story window. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to jump off the top of our barns, which were taller than that. I grew up in the country. I mean, it's not that far. No, it doesn't. You're right, Katie. It does not. Paraplegic, depending on how you fall. Yes, you can. You can be a paraplegic. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, of course she can. Especially if she's tossed out the window. Or she's unconscious and doesn't brace for the fall. That's true. Where you even searched about the over medication. It was in the trial. It was in the trial documents. It's all there. You could, I mean, they listed everything that was in her bloodstream, and the panel that they did on her. It's all part of the evidence. I gotta get my tennis shoes. So I gotta go to work soon. I have an overnight hospice patient tonight. Okay, blue lights, who did them? Exactly. Why is there blood splatter all over the bedroom? Why is the furniture all moved? You know, there's a lot in this case that doesn't make sense. And, you know, I think that it adds up to that he wanted to set her up so that he could start his new family. She confessed to him, according to him. And that's his word. Why are we taking his word? She spoke to nobody else but him. Nobody else says she ever uttered a word. other than him. No, she didn't. They told her that she did it. She never confessed to anybody. She asked them what happened, and they told her. There's no confession anywhere. Far from what I describe him. What did I describe him? I'm just stating facts of what happened. That's just what's in the court hearing. I didn't make any of that up. Right, exactly, Katie. Another good point. There's some women around here that are paying attention. And you know what? Maybe it's because we're tired. We're tired of these men annihilating their families and weaponizing our mental health against us. I'm so grossly misinformed. Flower power, what did I state that wasn't true? What did I state that wasn't true? You know, I think women in general are just over the bullshit. And we watched it happen with Andrea Yates. We've watched it happen to the Watts family. We are just, and I'm calling a victim an annihilator. You're calling a victim. No, I'm calling the husband an annihilator. And I don't think he's a victim. And Nurse, Patrick's version of events. Thank you, Katie. Thank you. No, I don't believe he is. That's your assumption that he's a victim. I don't believe he is. Katie, I think you've been here. Were you here the other day when we first started talking about this? I don't know if you remember. There was something that wasn't adding up to me with all of this. Like the math just wasn't mathing. And look, I don't like women who hurt their kids either. It's not like I just woke up and was like, she didn't do this. But something wasn't making sense. You were in here, right? And I was like, there's something that just doesn't feel right. And when you're in the medical field and you do what we do, something's not adding up. The medications, the this, the that, the time frame, it wasn't. And then all of this is coming out. And it just doesn't. Hey, Kendra, it didn't make sense to me, but now it's making more and more and more sense to me how it didn't make sense because she didn't have the time to do this. She didn't have the strength. Can I send you a photo? It's relevant. Yeah, of course. I'm not going to even argue any further. I feel like nothing is getting answered here. Blue lights, I've answered everything that you've asked me, and I've given you my opinion and why I have that opinion. I'm sorry you don't agree with it, but I'm not, if you bring something to the table and I'll be happy to debate it with you. Everything I've said here seems like we're different. It's okay for people to be different and not agree on things. That's what conversations are for. And that's why I'm on here and we have the opportunity to have these discussions. And you're right, Sparkle, we are tired. We are tired. We're tired of being called crazy. We're tired of our mental health being used against us. We're tired of men, selling us this dream, stay at home, take care of the kids. I'll do this, I'll do that. And, and then using postpartum and mental health issues and everything else against us. You sent me the pic and they don't do shit. Exactly. Did you send it in the messages? Hold on, let me go grab my iPad. And we're tired of these men going out there, building these families with us. And then they find something that they think is better and brighter and shinier. And then, they just throw their families aside or they murder them. I think it's just the same as many others. And this live thinks the husband did it. And I didn't come into this thinking that he did it. Like I didn't wake up the other day. I was really open to what I wasn't sure. Something just didn't feel right to me and I needed more information. I'm looking up the picture now. I knew he did it. Sparkle just said, yeah, fuck him. I knew he did it. I'm trying to find your message. Katie, you sent it, right? I'm not seeing it. Hold on. Yeah, I don't see it. Let me look in my other messages, which I don't know how to find those. Hold on. Everybody bear with me for a second. Katie sent a picture that has to do with what we're talking about, so I want to find it. I don't know how to find the other messages. Hold on. I don't know why it didn't come through. Maybe I sent it to you. It sent you a request and you need to approve the message request. Katie, follow me. Here, let me go. Are we following each other? Hold on. Let me go to you. Hold on. Follow back. Sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't following you. Okay, I just sent it. Send me one more message on there since I'm following you back now and it'll pop up. Because I'm not seeing it. Go to Katie's profile and then click messages. She sent you one, it'll pop up. Yeah, I'm trying to do that, but I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose her on here, but hold on one second.
She's being messy.
Here we go. Got her. Okay, got it. Got it. Ah. Oh, interesting. That's interesting, Katie. Is that his father? Is that Patrick's dad? Yeah. That is interesting. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to look that up. His brother, uncle. I'm gonna look it up. I'll do a search on it. But Katie was a nurse in the Army, correct? And thank you for your service, Katie. She can tell you that a crushed thyroid didn't happen from a tumble out of a window. That takes intense pressure. That took deliberate pressure on her neck. And, that didn't just happen by her falling out a window. I do believe that she was assaulted by him. She was obviously gravely injured by him and tossed out the window. And I think she was outside that bedroom window on the ground for a lot longer than, 37 minutes, obviously. And then again, why isn't her DNA? He tried to strangle her, then the cuts to cut. Exactly, Caroline, I agree. Explains a lack of investigation. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Can I share what you sent me, or do you want to wait until we investigate it a little bit more and see exactly who it is? But you're right. That kind of just like set me back a second. Seeing this, like that does, I think, possibly explain. Absolutely. I mean, I pulled off Google. So Katie just sent that Matthew M. Clancy, who's related to Patrick, it says board memberships, and it's the chief of police, active membership, police department, that they're on the board with them. So, and that's either his dad or uncle or brother in the local police department. So that's strange. I'm gonna have to look into that a little bit. Once you look at this case, you just put it all in front of you. Don't look at all the little pieces, like lay it all out in front of you. You'll see that it just pieces together that there's no way that she did this. She didn't do it to herself. I think that he tried to strangle her. He cut her wrist, he cut her throat. He threw her out the window. She laid out there for quite a while, and he annihilated his children. Convince me otherwise, Flower Power. Tell me. I mean, I'm here. The conversation's open. And look, I'm always open to information. I don't know everything. That's why I come here to talk to other people who are following it. But so far, that's what I've gotten from it. That's what I think has happened. And the medications is just, I mean, it's key. It is just key that those medications were DC'd weeks before, and there was so much of it in her system. Paxton, you're only going off TikTok speculation. What makes you think I'm going off TikTok speculation? Do I look like the kind of person who just sits on TikTok for 16 hours a day? I literally just told you I was about to leave to go work a hospice patient for the next 14 hours. What the fuck? I'm in my scrubs. Do I look like I just live on TikTok all day? I come on for like an hour every few times a week. I mean, I don't just sit and just listen to TikTok bullshit all day. I watch the trial. I'm literally sharing with you information from the trial. Because you act like I'm just getting all my information off of TikTok. Like, no, that's not where I got it from. I watched the trial. I'm seeing the court documents. I'm listening to the facts like everybody else, but I'm putting all the facts together, and this is what I'm coming up with. And I think it's what the attorney's coming up with too. I think that's where we're headed. I think he's going to flip this whole case onto the husband, and I think he did it. I'm not upset at all. I'm just like, you're like, oh, just all you get is off TikTok and everything. No, that's not where I got it from. I got it from the court. The trial. That's why we come up here and we talk about it every day, so that we can share things. That you're not coming to me with anything new. Like I've asked you, prove me wrong. Tell me why I'm wrong. I think what he's doing is he's flipping this whole case upside down. We're watching him do it. We are watching him do it. I mean, we are watching this. Are you watching the trial, or am I watching like just a whole different trial than you are? I mean, I'm telling you to tell me what it is that I'm wrong about. I'll wait. Have I said? Katie, you can do whatever oh. Sorry about that, sweetie. I didn't see.
Hiya, greetings from England.
Hello.
I just want to say, I guess I was on the same page as you. I heard about it over here in the UK, and I thought that is awful. This mum's offed her kids. This is terrible. That poor man. And then it came out all other little bits and pieces about the postpartum psychosis and everything. And the only person that heard Lindsay speak after this event happened was her husband.
Right.
Only person. Now, I was a British Army medic. I've been a nurse. I've seen trauma. I've seen physical injuries that, God willing, nobody else in here would ever see. She did not jump out of that window and get blood splatter all over that wall. My theory is, and you can all come at me for this, I don't really give a toss, but my theory is somebody, and I'm not saying who, somebody lowered her out of that window. If you have injured your wrists in such a way that it would maybe unalive you, there is no way that you're pushing a massive king-size bed out of the way and then jumping head first from a window. She was lowered head first, in my opinion, because there's enough bodily fluids on that wall to support my theory. She was lowered and then she kind of slid down head first. If you jump out of a window, it's simple physics. You are jumping away from that window. You would not get blood splatter should not have said that, should I? You would not get that kind of pattern on the wall. Wouldn't happen. Absolutely would not happen. And the only person that I can think of that would gain out of this awful, horrible situation, well, it isn't Lindsay.
Exactly. You made a great point, and I want to go back to that. After she's cut her wrist, do you think she's got the strength and wherewithal?
Absolutely
Oh,
not.
king
And
size
apparently
bed.
as well after,
Yeah.
I mean, classic strangulation injuries.
Yeah. And explain to them you're a medic, and thank you for your service to your country and
It's a long time ago now, but you know what? You know the things, and they stick with you. You know, it's. I
Explain
honestly
to them
thought
what a
she'd done it,
thyroid being crushed is and
and
how.
when I found out, you know, within 4 months he was shacked up with someone else. No, who would do that? Unless he had somebody lined up already, which I believe. I would love to know when their child was born.
Can you explain to them the force that it would take to crush a thyroid?
It would have to be sustained, heavy force. Somebody, and do you know what? Strangulation is a peculiar crime. It's a crime where it's a bit like, you know, multiple sharp implement. It's passionate.
Yeah.
It's hatred. It's not, oh my God, get off, get away from me. It is sustained. Yeah. And I would love to know as well, the doctors, the first one, the lady, I can't remember her name, but acted like, you know, she couldn't remember anything for the defence, but she was spot on with the prosecution questions. Yeah. I think one of the reasons why Reddington was saying about the eyes, if you receive that kind of personal damage to your neck, which I don't want to get you in trouble, so I'm not saying. You're fine. It shows in your eyes, pinprick hemorrhages, etc. And I think that that's what she had, and I think that is why her attorney kept asking about what her eyes were like, and the doctor was literally brushing him off.
Oh, yeah, I agree. She was horrible. Horrible.
She was, absolutely. I'm so glad that the nurse afterwards advocated for her.
I know.
Right, I'm going to jump down. I just wanted to...
Well, thank you for coming.
My tuppence worth in.
I appreciate your expertise and thank you for validating.
Oh, it's not expertise; it's just literal practice. You know, you know.
Yeah.
And I honestly did think that she was the guilty one at first, but now I don't.
I did too, and I was like the other day, I was like, something's not jiving here, and I can't put my finger on it yet.
You know, you lose your children and almost your wife, and the first thing you do is set up a GoFundMe.
Yeah. Yeah, to the tune of $1.7 million. And
I know, and then within 4 months, you're living in a lovely little mid-rise in Manhattan.
With another girl.
Somebody's life got better, didn't it? And
yeah, it did. It did. You're 100%.
Right, okay, I'm going to jump down. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Bye, Katie. Thank you for sharing. So I'm so glad that Katie came up because, you know, again, she was in the British Army. Thank you for your service. She is also a nurse. There's injuries here that just didn't happen, that she couldn't have done to herself. It just didn't happen. It's simply not possible. You know, the splatter that she was talking about. So he's going to tell us that she slices her wrist deep. And then she has the strength and wherewithal to move a heavy king-size bed out of the way to jump out the window after she has damaged her wrist, you know what I'm saying, and her neck. Y'all, if the math isn't mathing, it ain't mathing. And it's just not. Her crushed thyroid that she just told you, it takes extreme force to crush a thyroid. That is personal. Thank you, Katie. It takes extreme force. That was a personal attack. Strangulation is a very personal attack. He attacked her. He tried to make it look like she hurt herself. Put her out the window. She probably fell on her neck, and that's how we got the spinal injury. He thought she was gone. He went downstairs. He probably had them down there playing, and one by one, he annihilated his children. He got dressed. He went to CVS. He went to pick up food. He came back, and he did not expect her to be alive. Who said she moved the bed? I missed that. Because the bed was moved. She jumped out that window. Well, they say she jumped out that window. A very heavy king-size bed. So what... After she does this to her wrist, she's not a big girl. It's not like me. I'm 5'10", you know, I'm 157 pounds. I'm a pretty decent sized girl, you know. If you were to strangle yourself, you would lose consciousness, right? who said the bed was moved. It was moved. It's in the court documents, and it was talked about in the trial. What is all that come out today? I knew something was wrong. It's been it's been coming out over the past few days, Michelle. And that's why we were saying a few days ago, like something just wasn't making sense. There was something about everything that just didn't, and not have the injuries to the thyroid. Right. That's a biggie right there, Katie, as you know. Is she going to talk, or I don't know yet, Michelle, but that thyroid injury, that take pressure, that's strangulation. That's personal. I can listen then. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, cowboy. Hold on one second. Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to get off in a little bit because I gotta go to work. I'm actually relieving my husband. He's on the day 12 and I'm on the overnight. So he might just be a few minutes late. He'll get over it. He might be watching right now. I don't know his TikTok handle. I don't want to know, because then I always have to tell him like not to be ugly to people on here when they pick on me. There's just too much with this case that doesn't make sense. And I think that's where this attorney is slowly putting this all out there so that the pieces come together, and they're coming together. And I think we're starting to see the big picture here. And, she's just what she was told. You murdered your kids. She just woke up. She doesn't have any memory of this at all. He's the only person for almost 6 weeks that said she's uttered one word. She couldn't speak. But she told him they're in the basement and I did this when she couldn't speak. It's not that hard to believe. We've seen this before. We just watched this with Shanann and Chris Watts. It's not that hard for these men to annihilate their families for another woman. Jesus, he didn't even waste any time. 4 months later, he's living with another woman. That's insanity to me. That just doesn't even make any sense. So I don't know. That's just the way I feel about it. That's what I put together with this case so far. And I hate that it's Friday, because now we're not going to know more till Monday. But I'm sure that I did miss a lot of things today, but I worked tonight. So I've got nothing but time tonight to dive into this because I'm on an overnight. So I might even find even more tonight while I'm at work. And we can talk about tomorrow. But yeah, Lindsay Clancy did not kill her children. And that's just how I feel about it, Adam. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about, is that I don't believe that she did it. I don't believe she murdered her children. I think he attempted to murder her, and he murdered his children. And that's just a way to watch the trial starting from. Yeah, you can do it on YouTube. And we just went over so many ways, Adam, and it was really great. We just had Katie did up, and she was in the British Army. She's also a nurse, and she spoke of a few things that we kind of threw this off for us and made us think that, he attacked her. The crushed thyroid, the moving the heavy furniture after supposedly slitting her own wrist. There's just so much with this case that it just doesn't make sense. The medications that were in her system that should have been DC'd weeks before, that they found in the backseat of his car. There's a lot with this. I don't think I can get over 13 psych meds. I know. Crazy, right? And 4 medications that were in her system were DC'd weeks before, but they were found in the backseat of his car that he was supposed to drop off at the fire department, but never did. I think he medicated her that night. He did what he did to her. And the chief of police is a Clancy. Yeah, Katie, I was just going to say, Katie just said that, but you are. Yeah, and the chief of police is a Clancy. We'll show that right now. Katie's all the way up in England, and she's doing her homework.
Was on
oh, shit.
Calling all ARFID.
Hold on. Sorry. There it is. Dexter, shut up. I'm trying to show something. I was showing this picture. Oh my gosh, hold on a minute. Come here, Dexter. Dexter. Dexter, come here. Come here, get over here. Oh, shh. I gotta go to work soon too. So I fried your chicken and your taters. She's single-handedly the saddest case I've ever seen. It really is, Adam. It really, really is. You're sleuthing. I love that. I like that white picture. Thank you. I got to get off. I got to get to work. I got a patient tonight. No, I'll be at work till 7:30 in the morning, but I will be doing a deep dive into everything, and then we'll come on tomorrow because I don't think I work tomorrow night. I think I'll make somebody else take him tomorrow night. But anyways, thank you for hanging out tonight, y'all. I have so much fun when I get to come and hang out with you guys. Come and see me tomorrow, and we will chat some more. All right, and Adam, I'd love to hear your input on it. Come by tomorrow and let's chat. I want to hear everybody else's side. All right, bye everybody. Okay.